Today we would like to discuss something, how we can prepare the report. So today we'll be discussing about the format of a report. Okay, how can you prepare the report? So we can discuss a sample report format today, so that will help us to get idea that how can you prepare the report. So basically in a report you will find there are two sections in a report. So one we call the formal section or formal part of a report, and here is the main body of report. Can you see the uh, word file? So basically in report you will get these two parts. One part we consider the formal part of a report, another we consider the main body of report. So what are the things will be included in the formal part of the report? Like it will include the cover page. Can you see the writing?
Sir.
Yes, sir.
Initially there will be cover page, then we call it title fly, or sometimes we call it title page. Okay, and then there are some other sections, like you might have table of content. Okay, table of content, then the acknowledgement letter, or sometimes we call letter of acknowledgement. Then we may have some recommendations letter if we are doing this report on behalf of some companies, or if you are working there as an internee, so that time you might have like recommendation letter. So some of the formal issues will be there. Then you might have like executive summary also, executive summary of the report. So there may be more, actually many more sections maybe in the formal parts. So these are the informations like list of table, list of figures, if you have like other additional informations that you want to list it down, that which one we can get it in the report, so that informations you can add here. So the informations we consider in the formal part. So later on I'll discuss how can you convert this, or how can you prepare this cover page, title fly, this table of content one by one. But first of all we'd like to discuss about the basic format. Okay, in terms of main body part is basically the chapters. Main body parts are the basically chapters. Suppose you may have chapter 1, okay, which you maybe want to name as the introduction chapter. Just for an example, right? Maybe you have another chapter, that is chapter 2. Maybe if you're doing some research, okay, maybe it would be like literature review. Maybe chapter 3 is your methodology. Okay, so this way you go on, right? Or how many chapters do you have? And end of the section you might have the references, or reference giving sections. You can also consider it the main part, but this is the part of formal part. This is after conclusion chapters. Sometimes we add the reference informations or appendices, some appendices. So you can consider also in the main part, no problem. So till now it is clear. In a report usually we have two parts. So now if you just look into the formal parts of the report, I just consider a sample report for you. First of all, you'll find a cover page. Maybe this is the title of your cover page. Okay, suppose this is the cover page you have. Okay, so this cover page I don't like too much, but maybe different university may have different rules. But uh, this is a sample report from the practicum students, so they usually make the cover page like that. But for assignments and others, you can modify it, or for the regular report writing, you can modify it as your own. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Like, how do I want if you are submitting to me as a uh, report? So that time you write this is your title, right? So that time you'll say report on. Okay, so here you can see, you can take note if you want. Okay, so here you can see these informations are main informations in this space, right? So I'd like to make it 14 maybe, and this is not important as much as it is important like this, right? So this is just for additional information, so I want to make it smaller. Okay, so maybe I'd like to unbold it, because my highlighted point here is this one. So that's why I want to give emphasis on these informations, like a study on the superstructural construction work process of a residential building. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
So being a course student, you might have different information. You might need different informations. So first of all, you need your personal informations. So first of all, under which course you are doing this report, you should inform here. So you can write course name, right? Do you understand? So
Yes, sir.
the name of the course is educational planning, right? Then you can write the course code.
Yes.
It's ART 102, and you can mention the section that you belongs to. So your section is
K.
K, sir.
K. Okay, and before, oh sorry, after that you can mention your semester, like which semester you are enrolling this course. You can consider semester which is spring 2021. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so keep in mind, for regular writing format, I usually prefer, or I usually suggest my student to maintain Times New Roman font size is 12. Can you see how can you maintain the font size? Okay, and there is a spacing between this line. Since I press enter after this line, it considers as a paragraph, right? If I do not enter, it will consider as a same paragraph. Since I enter, it will consider as a new paragraph. So that's why you can adjust the spacing here. So have a look, after paragraph there is a spacing. So you remove this spacing, but you can add a spacing information. So have a look. It looks like these informations are in a same section. Okay. So after that, if you wish, you can write your informations or your teacher's informations here. It's up to you. Okay. So where are you going to submit this one? Submit it to. So you can write my name, your teacher's name, or faculty name, right? Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay,
Faculty
sir.
name and faculty designation. Then you can write the
What's the faculty name?
faculty name, your teacher's name, a department of the faculty. Okay, so you have problem to understanding faculty. Okay, I write for easy language for you. You can write your instructor name. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So submit it to instructor name, instructor designation, and you can write the department of the instructor. That, like, for me, like, I'm the instructor, you can write my department as well. Similarly, so if you want to make it bold, you can do bold here, because this is the submitted information, like where are you going to submit these informations. And keep in mind, you should maintain the same size of the font size. Okay. And similarly, you can do adjust this one for more decoration purpose, for more coherence purpose. You can do like this way. Okay. Okay, so after that you can add your name and other informations. So I can follow this format. Actually, this would be prepared by, sorry, so that would be your informations. That would be student name. Okay, so that would be student ID. Okay, so you will write your student ID number, right? Department name of the student, that you usually call the program name, right? Maybe you write the program name. Okay, if you wish, you can add here
Yes, sir.
you already mentioned section and the semester here. So if you already mentioned section and semester here, you don't have to mention here. But if you do not mention section and semester in the course informations, you have to mention here. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So some of you might be prefer to add here. It's up to you. You can do like this. Some of you friends will love to add these informations in the right side of the page. This is also okay. So after that, I'd love to add one information that is called submission date. So what you'll do, you'll write the date here. Suppose today is 1st of April, right? So you can write April.
Yes, sir.
You can write April 1, 2020. Okay, so you can do like this. And after that, I prefer to add the logo of IVT. Okay, you can add the logo of IVT. Okay, so in case of address, if you wish to put, you can, no problem. Like this, you can think of preparing your cover page. So now if you look into the cover page, it would be look like this. So your basic informations on this cover page is this, like a study or your title, right? So have a look, most highlighted portion on your title or cover page is your title or topic name, because this is the most important information here. Then you give the information about the course, under which course you are doing this. So since you are not making the practicum report or the thesis report, so that's why you have a particular course. So that's why you need to add the information about your particular course. So this similar format you can follow for the assignment as well, whenever you will write the assignment formally to your teacher. Like it can be write the assignment on or assignment number, then you can write the title of the assignment. So this way you can make the cover page for the assignment as well. Okay, even if you wish to shift this one on the left hand side, no problem, no issue. Even if you want to shift this portion into the mid portion, it's up to you. Just to decorate something, okay, just to separate the information. So usually for the class report, I would like to have a one page, that is we call title fly. One single page I'd like to dedicate for this title only. Do you understand? So it would be in the middle of the page. Okay, so this one you can dedicate, this page you can dedicate only for this title. Okay, it's up to you. If you want, you can skip this part, but for my report you can prepare this way. So for you don't have to, for this report you don't have to do the letter of transmittal. Okay, but if you're making any report for the practicum or thesis, so that time you might need. So for this initial report as a freshman, you don't have to do this one, letter of transmittal, because you are not engaged with any particular company. And here you can see this is the recommendation letter page. So this is the information you will get from the company. You work for 4 months or 3 months in this particular company, right? So that means you will get a recommendation letter from this company. They will recommend you that how much or how did you perform over this. Okay, so for initial report case for you, like while you'll prepare the report for the class report, maybe you'll not attach yourself with the company, so that means you can skip this part as well. And student declarations, like you'll like to say that these informations or this report you prepared, right, and it is solely prepared by you or maybe by your group members, whatever it is. Like if you're having a group members, you can write the group member informations and you can declare that this report is prepared by you. Okay, you write the statement here. And acknowledgement, you can acknowledge some of the peoples, like those peoples actually help you to do this report. Okay, give some informations about the acknowledgement, that okay, you would like to formally give the thank you to them who are the uh, what is called main part contributor, or who help you to do this report, or who helps you to complete this report up to this. Then what is executive summary? So in this executive summary is very important of a report. Sometimes we write this executive summary after finishing of the report, or sometimes we draft it just before the report also sometimes. But usually it would be better if you write this executive summary after you complete the report. That is my suggestion. But what are the things will be included in this executive summary? First of all, you would like to give a brief idea within few sentences, maybe 8 to 10 sentences, that what is this report all about, right? Why did you do this report, right? How did you do this report, or what was your methodology? Then after doing this work, what did you achieve, and what is the potential impact in the future? So these kind of informations, very brief and precise informations about your whole report, you will try to focus here. Do you understand? That means what? Making
Yes, sir.
cut the long story short, this kind of information, like you may have 200 pages of report, but by within this 10 lines or 8 to 10 lines, you'll try to introduce the key points of your reports. So if you are a reader, if you read this executive summary, by just only reading this executive summary, you will understand what is this report all about. So basically, I would like to add the all WH type questions of your report, like what is this report about? Okay, So definitely you have answer, right? Then you will write, okay, why did or why do you do this? Then question might be, how do you or did you do this report or prepare this report? So that means what? They're looking for your methodology, right? Reports, or in a simple words, you can call its findings. Do you understand? Simply you can say your findings. Do you understand? Your finding is what?
Yes, sir.
What are the result you have developed from this report, right? And after that, so you can try to explain again one or two lines the benefits of knowing these results, right? So potentiality of the outcomes, like what are the advantages or what are the potential use of your result, you can try to conclude within a few sentences, maybe one or two sentences, okay, or maybe one sentence is also okay, right? And then if you have any further recommendations, any suggestions, right? Like what do you suggest? What do you suggest further based on your report outcomes? Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So suppose have a look, you asked your report these few questions. Do you understand? You ask your report these few sorry.
We have to make this questions answer in a brief in executive summary.
So actually what you need to do here, you need to write a short paragraph of 8 to 10 lines, maybe approximately. It might vary, or like it may be a little bit more or little less, it's okay. But what is the main theme you should cover in this executive summary? That is, you will try to focus on these questions. You'll personally ask you about these questions, then you write the answer of these questions, right? So what are the paragraph you will generate, that would be your proper executive summary. So if you try to answer this question specifically within a short amount of with few sentences, you will find, okay, your report or your executive summaries will be looking like that. Okay, so this is the tricks how can you make a successful executive summary. Okay, so if you just try to answer these following questions from your report, you will get a paragraph here. This paragraph would be maybe 8 to 10 lines. So that paragraph will be your executive summary. So what does it mean? If somebody reads your executive summary, you will get specific informations about your report. Then the reader can decide, okay, should I read this report? Suppose you go to the library and you are looking for a particular report. Maybe you have hundred of reports in front of you. So you are confused which report you should read. So that time you look into the executive summary. So you'll get the idea. What is this report about? Why do they prepare this report? Right? How did they prepare this report, or what was the methodology? You understand? What are the findings? What are the conclusions? What do they suggest? This kind of information you are going to get very easily. So after that, you can go your table of content. You can develop your table of content. Okay. So what are the informations you will have in your report? Okay. You can prepare table of content here. So I will show you, or maybe I will share one tutorial how to make this table of content automatically. But have a look. Usually if you have several chapters and under these chapters you have some subtitles. So this is the this is the main title of your chapters. Then you have some subtitles in these chapters. So we'll try to include this, the major informations. So later I'll give you a lecture on this, how to make this table of title, table of content, sorry. Then you can prepare list of figures, list of tables. So up to this is your formal part of the report. Once you finish with this, you can come up to the main body. So usually whenever you start writing the report, you start with the main body basically. Formal parts we start initially, but mainly we focus about the main body. Once we prepare the main body, then we adjust the formal parts very easily. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So based on your topic,
Okay.
you should decide the chapters. Okay. So you can see in chapter 1 there will be some general discussions, then your source of study, like what are the available source, scope of study, that how far you will study, because you cannot study everything on your report. You cannot study the every single details that is the topic given to you, right? Or the topic given to you. So you should limit your study. So that means what? You decide that okay, I will study from this to this. So that is your scope. Then objectives. So you should decide what are the objective of your report. Okay. Then okay, these things will not be here. Limitations of the study. For your case, my responsibility would be absent. Okay. And learning from the project, it will also absent. Maybe you can add if you would like to add it. Then organization of the report, like how are you going to prepare this report? And keep in mind, new chapter should start from the new page. So if I brief here, this chapter 1 should be look like this. General information, source of the study, okay, then scope of the study, okay, then objective of the study, responsibility might be missing for you case, limitations of the study, because you study might have some limitations, and learning from the project. So if you learn something specific from this one, you can add here. And finally organization of the report. So in this part you like to inform that what are the sequence of your report and how did you prepare this report. So chapter 1 would be look like this. So for today up to this, so you try to prepare your chapters and other formal part informations. Okay, so maybe next class we'll try to continue from this main body development. So you already get the topic, so now you have idea. So you first try to develop your introduction chapter little bit. Next class we'll be discussing how can you plan for your whole report. One important information I missed, that is the scaling of a report, which is very important. So usually you can adjust the margin of the report by selecting the margin layout. Okay, so basically one important information about this margin or page setup. So you can select here like margin and so other informations here, but I would prefer you to click this icon. You will get the page setup icon here, right? So from here you can set, suppose easily for top margin you can keep 1, in bottom you can keep 1, but I prefer for top margin you can keep 1.2, and for bottom I prefer 1.2. Okay, so we have enough space in the top and bottom. And right side of the report is 1, okay, no problem. Left side is 1, this is also okay, but since you'll bind this report after printing, right? Or maybe you'll make this spiral whenever you'll be in the regular class work. So that's why I prefer you make it 1.5 inch. Okay, so that time you have half inch extra space here to do your spiral, or if you would like to do the binding. Okay, no problem. Okay, so if you click here you can see, sorry, You can see in this top you have enough space, right? 1.2 inches. Also in the bottom you will find enough space, 1.2 inches. Do you understand? And
Yes, sir.
here you can see
Yes, sir.
this portion is having 1.5 inches. So initially it might look like that, okay, you have more space on this part, but this is actually the advantage is when you print it out and you make it spiral, maybe some portion of this space will be covered under this binding or the spiral. So that time the margin will look like standard margin. Okay, so another way, like, it's up to you if you want to keep this 1 inches. Okay, and suppose you want to use this gutter options, so that time you can write here 0.5 inches. Okay, additional 0.5 inches, so it will remain the same. So while you click the gutter options, have a look, you can see there is a new icon of the gutter, right? So these two,
Yes, sir.
both the options are remaining same. Okay, so for today up to this. So I hope now you can prepare this segment, and finally you can move to the main body part of the report, and you can start working on the report. And next class we'll be discussing more about the main body part development of report. Okay, thank you very much.